I'm Daniel Chemno, Chairman, UKPCU, and Vice Chair, National Coffee Steering Committee. A National Coffee Steering Committee is an initiative that has been set up to support the President's plan of reviving coffee growing in Kenya. As you know, in 1990, Kenya was doing 130,000 metric tons of coffee, and we were top 10 producers in the world. But over time, we are doing close to 50,000 now. We have declined by 62%, while the people that Kenya mentored, I'll give you Vietnam. Vietnam, from 1975, they approached the government of Kenya to mentor them on coffee growing. And the mentorship worked very well. That by 1990, when we were doing 130, they were doing 92,000. Fast forward, 2025, Vietnam is doing 1,860,000, and Kenya is doing hardly 50,000. We have gone down by 62%. They have gone up by 1,650%. And when the president was doing his campaigns, he did promise coffee farmers, then mostly from central Kenya, that he was going to come and revive coffee and make coffee farmer a proud farmer. And therefore, what we are doing now is in line with the president's pledge to revive coffee in Kenya. And I want to tell you, the president has done a lot in coffee revival. One, coffee is not just being revived in those areas that have been growing coffee. The aim is threefold. One, all coffee farmers have been encouraged to expand and to improve productivity of coffee. The national productivity is 2 kilos per tree, 2 kilos of cherry per tree. The government intends to grow it to 6%. We are looking also for people who are once coffee farmers, but they abandoned the crop because of challenges that came in the past. And they are being told, come back to coffee farming. It's now profitable and nice. Number three, we are looking for people who have never grown coffee, but they are in areas that can grow coffee, and encouraging them to grow coffee. The reason is, coffee is the most traded commodity only after oil in the world, and is the most paying crop. You cannot compare coffee to any other crop in this country. And even a home with half an acre can meet the very basics and lead a good life. So the government is out to revive coffee because that's the only way, or it's one of the best ways of eliminating poverty in this country. And what has the government done? Number one, this year, 3 weeks or a month ago, the government had a graduation ceremony and a launching ceremony of coffee champions. These are more than 1,000 young men and women who have been trained by the government through Coffee Research Institute on coffee management. And the target was at least 2 per ward across the country in those coffee growing regions, so that farmers can easily access an expert. And we are working hand in hand with the county government, and the new KPCU is capacity building the extension officers in those counties so that they can be able to truly manage the coffee in a good way that can provide good results. Number three, the government has introduced subsidized fertilizer. All coffee farmers are supposed to register with the Ministry of Agriculture, and then they are issued with a forger where they can go and buy subsidized fertilizer at NCBB stores spread across the country. Therefore, where in situations where many farmers could not afford to top dress their coffee, they have now subsidized top dressing fertilizer from the government of Kenya. In the pipeline is a subsidy for chemicals, and the people will be informed in due course. The government also has moved in to support cooperatives many that had collapsed because of huge debts. The government has begun the program of writing off the debts by providing the money to offset the debts that cooperative have. And as a result, you are aware of the new cooperative bill that the government is now at the mediation stage in the National Assembly, because it was discovered that the biggest challenge facing cooperatives was governance. And the aim of this bill is to ensure that those loopholes that members, or mostly the cooperative leaders, used to exploit so that they take money from farmers is sealed. Among the provisions is that all cooperative officials, the 9 members of the cooperative, will be serving 2 terms of 3 years each. 2 terms only. And I want to tell you that however good you are, there is a better one to follow you. So no cooperative will fail because their chairman has completed these 2 terms. We encourage that they mentor others as they move on. A good leader will always train other leaders, so that once you leave the scene, those who come can do better than what you have been doing. Number 2, under that cooperative, is that loans will not just be procured without members' approval. So when the cooperative needs some money, they will have to give a budget, how the money will be utilized, and they will seek the farmers' approval that we are going for this loan so that we can do 1, 2, 3. Why has it happened so? We have cooperatives that are in trouble now, whereby at the end of the financial year, farmers are told we have a debt of 100 million. 100 million we took for what they don't know. I won't give names, but they are there. And so the aim of the government is one. And I'll use an African saying. Don't remove the cobwebs in the house every morning, because a spider will make new cobwebs. What do? You kill the spider, and there will be no more cobwebs. So the aim of this cooperative bill is to kill the spider that has been doing what? Yes, and the cobwebs are those loans that have really messed up our farming community. So as I talk to you now, is that Kenya has begun a journey of a trajectory that will take us back to where we were. Not where we were, to exceed where we were. 150,000 metric tons that we were doing in 1990 is not a goal we are aiming for. We should go for 500,000 to 1 million. And we are targeting 35 counties. In your books, you used to read about 33 counties. Laikipia and Nyandarua are new areas. And soon, more will be added as some investigations are done. So the aim of this meeting is that we were having CECs, the coffee directors, and provincial administration. There is a committee in every county whereby we have formed committees to sensitize farmers on issues of coffee husbandry. And today we had a meeting to empower them information and work, because the national government is working with the county government as a team to approach this issue of coffee revival. And every county has a county sensitization committee where they will be moving around to every area where coffee is grown or where coffee can be grown. Now, we don't already with the reforms that were initiated by the president 2 years ago, the coffee value chain system has been strengthened and all gray areas have been sealed. You know how cartels used to come? You could get somebody who is a miller, He's a marketer and he's a buyer. So what do you expect? Conflict of interest. So in the new arrangement, the regulations have been set up so that we don't have those gray areas anymore. So a big number has been weeded out. The existing problems now are issues of cherry hawking. And you have said very clearly, it's illegal. Why is it illegal? If you allow the hawking of cherry, you will make people go to people's garden at night, chop all the branches that are ready with the coffee, and go and sell the following morning. But, you know, because you are working through cooperatives, you cannot be a coffee farmer if you are not a nested farmer or operating within the cooperative. And if you are operating within the cooperative, you cannot take coffee to the factory if you are not registered as a coffee farmer. So, in short, what you are saying is the operations of coffee in this country are well streamlined, that gray areas are not there anymore. This one is different because in 1990, I was through college. There has never been a revival program of this magnitude, ever. What has been happening is that there has been a decree by the president, I think from the late Kibaki and Uhuru, where he only cancels the debts. But he was not doing all. Some regions never benefited from that cancellation. But what happened in this time is that all cooperatives across the country, including Western Kenya, who have abandoned coffee growing, they were to submit their debts that have been bothering them. A team from the ministry did a thorough scrutiny, and those that were appearing to be genuine were compiled, and that's what the government is doing. If there are debts that are questionable, the government said no. And this is different from the rest, because right now, even farmers in Emusire, in Vihiga, in Kakamega, in Busia, they have been brought on board, the entire country. Never of such kind has happened. Nowhere did we ever have coffee champions being trained by the government to assist farmers. They were relying from a skeleton of extension officers. That's the end. In the trading of coffee now, cooperatives, the number of those who are brokering the coffee in the coffee exchange have been increased. Many cooperative unions have been given licenses. In the past, it was a team of about 6 people only who used to meet over a cup of tea and make their decisions. Now it is, and for those who are going to broker in the exchange, they are registered and they get license from Capital Markets Authority. So there are a lot of checks and balances that are good for the revival and sustenance of coffee development in this country. And we want to thank the President for what he has done. It's unmatched ever.
Thank you so much. My name is Kibet Kurgat, Chief Officer in charge of Cooperatives and Entrepreneurship, Nakuru County. Today we had a consultative meeting on coffee revival, whereby we have around 4 counties joining together here in Nakuru. And as a host county, we are really proud of new KPCU and even the government of today, led by the President, in terms of coffee revival. In Nakuru County, we have farmers who are doing coffee. We have majorly the areas which were domicile of or traditional areas whereby coffee was done in Subuki and Bahati. But currently, we are happy because now the coffee is expanding to other sub-counties. Nakuru, we have 9 sub-counties, and we are seeing that there are around 7 sub-counties led by Njoro, Kuresoi North, Kuresoi South, Gilgil, and even parts of Rongai. The lower part of Rongai now is picking up in terms of coffee. So today, we are happy because the new KPCU is coming up with a way of reviving the coffee. As County of Nakuru, last year we were able to sell more than 2 million kgs of coffee. We have also a strong 8 cooperatives led by Jumatatu. We have Kiremba, another small cooperative within Nakuru County. And this cooperative, we have tried our level best to ensure that all the farmers who are doing coffee, they come together and they join a cooperative society, the coffee cooperative society that is close to him or her, so that they can benefit from various programs that government is giving out, both national and county government. As county, we are really proud because of the issue of subsidized fertilizer on coffee and also issues of subsidized fertilizer on other crops, seasonal crops. So as a department or directorate of cooperatives, we will work together with new KPCU and even the national government to ensure that all the farmers within Nakuru County benefit from these products or the support that is being given by new KPCU. I know there is the issue of seedlings. We will be able to work with the Department of Agriculture and the Department of New KPCU to ensure that all the farmers within Nakuru County benefit from the best variety of coffee. Secondly, the issue, and we are happy as Nakuru County, because the issue of debts, whereby some of the cooperatives that we have in Nakuru, they had some debts, and national government now has come in with more than 2 billion to ensure that the debts that we have in some of the cooperatives zimeweza kuondolewa. And I would like to also to say thank you because the new KPCU is coming up in a bigger way, whereby it's going down to the people in the grassroots level to teach them on how to plant, how to manage, how to harvest, and even how they can transport their goods up to the warehouse. We are really happy because this is now the gold, the black gold that we are saying. And for us, personally, people, I may urge my people from Kuresoi North and Kuresoi South, and even Molo, let's plant coffee, because coffee is the black gold, whereby most of the farmers, the highest being paid in Nakuru was 162 shillings. And I think also, if we plant this coffee, we are able to get higher premiums or higher returns. On behalf of the county government of Nakuru, led by Excellency Madam Susan Keika, we are really proud for this coffee, and also thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, for giving strong effort and supporting farmers in the coffee value chain in Nakuru County.
The challenge.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Lastly, there was an advert to ensure that we engage young youths to have to be coffee champions within Nakuru County. Currently, we have some, but I think also as we go ahead through the promise of new KPCU, we will come and ensure that we advertise also for new champions, so that we can engage our youths in coffee, because coffee is black gold.
The issue of
currently, as county government of Nakuru, we are trying to sensitize our people, or to tell our people that currently it is good for us to ensure that we don't have that subdivision of land. But the issue, you know, this country is capitalist, and capitalists, you decide to do with the piece of land that you have with what you want. But we give advice that is good for them if they can have this issue of, that is why we are coming up with the issue of affordable housing, whereby we come up as to whether people come and live in a specific area, we leave out the land that is for agricultural based. And I think also as we go forward, we will try our level to ensure that we tell our people that it's good to move to urban areas, whereby we have all the social amenities, and then we leave the agricultural land for maize production. But I think now, going forward, mimi nimeshangaa, nimeambiwa leo mtu alienda akapeleka gunia 4 ya coffee akapatiwa more than 60,000. Akasema hii ni gunia 4 tu peke yake. Kumbe alikuwa anafikia ni gunia 4 ya mahindi. Kumbe gunia 4 ya kahawa. So kahawa iko na pesa. So I think going forward we will tell our people that it's good not to subdivide their piece of land for economies of scale, and also they can benefit from planting various crops that have high value. I'm happy today because that was the issue that was addressed today together with the administration led by the Deputy County Commissioner. And it is true, we have been having a big challenge here in Nakuru in terms of robbery, people stealing the cheddar that is in the store, and also stealing in the farms. So as county government of Nakuru, we are trying to bring on board all the security apparatus led by the county commissioner, also led by the chiefs, area chiefs, Nyumba Kumi. But also we have urged our members that it is good for them to install CCTVs in their stores where they store the coffee beans. But on the farms, I think also it is good for us to come up with the issue of nyumba kumi, because nyumba kumi will be able to detect earlier those people who are maybe roaming around, so that ikifika jioni, you know, these people they cut a branch na wanabeba alafu wanaenda kuchona kwa nyumba. So I think it is all of us to come up together. And also during the peak season, we have agreed that during the peak season we need to be able, the farmers or the leaders of cooperatives, be able to work together with the security apparatus within the county, so that we can minimize as much as possible the theft of coffee, because coffee fetches high premium, and that is why unapata kwamba wezi wanapenda sana kufamia wakulima wetu.
Okay, my name is Caroline Cherotich. I'm a farmer from Kipkelion West, a small village called Tachasis in Kamashan Ward. All that is in Kericho County, for those that don't know. One, I'm a farmer. I also sit in the National Steering Committee, but I sit there by virtue of being a farmer. Nothing else, just to bring farmer issues at the national level. And then, like today, we were launching the county steering committees, which helps the county come together with national government in trying to resolve the issues. The county is closest to us as farmers, because we work through the cooperative societies, we get our produce, we deliver to the cooperative. The cooperative is in touch with the county much more than national. So I think for me, what has been good today, one, is the launch of the county steering committee, because sitting at the national steering committee doesn't really address the issues that we have as farmers. One of the issues is a big problem that we have in Kipkelion West, for instance. We don't have enough water. I would have wished that the county steering committee today addresses the issues of irrigation. I know it's been touched on, but we need a little bit more focus on that. The good thing, for real, we do have the e-subsidy fertilizers. We do get top dressing NPK 1717. For farmers like us, we do get actually at subsidized rates, and that is good, and they give us up to 6 months for the expiry of the subsidy, which is a good thing. One of the things that I appreciated that was discussed today was a subsidy that is coming for pesticides. We do a lot of foliar sprays and a lot of soil fertilizer. Soil fertilizer has already been dealt with, but pesticides is a real issue. We have you have to do preventative pesticides. You have to have a lot of foliar and a lot of things like copper on your coffee in Kipkelion. Kipkelion is a very cold place, so to prevent things like CBD and things like that, you have to do a lot of spraying. Actually, we spray every 2 weeks. So I'm very happy that one of the mandates of the county steering committee through the national committee is to bring a subsidy for the herbicides and pesticides. I think the other thing is just bringing in a bit of structure to the cooperative societies. I think, as was mentioned today by the chairman, any cooperative society, any leadership cannot surpass 3 years. Now, that's a hallelujah, I can assure you, because there's a lot of drama with the chairman that sit years in, years out, and they don't make any difference. Another good thing is renewing of machinery. I think today we talked about the eco-pulpers. That's going to be a good thing. A lot of the factories and the wet pulpers and the drying machinery in cooperative societies are very, very old. Some of them actually from the colonial times. So I think that's a good thing for us. And also the fact that this is going to be driven by the solar systems. So that's also cheaper. The good thing also is that we have cherry fund now. So as a coffee farmer, once you have your product is close to harvesting at the green bean level, you can actually receive 40 shillings to the kilo, which can help you with, as I said, we do a lot of spraying. And also it helps with cash flow. So I think that one is a good thing. And then again, I think going by what has been mentioned today, there's actually funds which are available for continuous discussions and meetings like this going forward at the county level. But we want it to come to the farmer level. I think we have the coffee champions. We need more of those. I know that new KPCU is looking at one lady and one man per ward, but it would really help for them to also facilitate those champions to train as many farmers at the ward level as possible. Yeah, I think by and large, those are the issues that I feel have been addressed at farmer level. Yeah, DSS is really helping. I think now once you deliver your produce, you actually get settled on a real time. Definitely an improvement. Definitely some of the things I haven't mentioned is now I doubt there's any society in the country that is paying less than 100 shillings to the kilo of cherry. Now that's a good thing, because I think previously it had fallen to below 90. We are sort of the next generation. I'm a second generation farmer. And some of the things that I'm very alive to is that it would take up to 6 to 7 months for payments to be made to farmers. And now it comes in a day or two. So I can assure you that's a big step forward that the government has done. The other thing I can tell you is that new KPCU is very active. New KPCU officials do rain checks on farmers. So especially if they see you have a potential of a good produce, they do pass by, they look at your produce, they tell you, no, do this, weka nini, weka top dressing, spray this, do this, which is a good thing. I think the other support I would be looking at is not maybe from new KPCU, it would probably be from our political leaders. We need more community water that can help. Coffee goes hand in hand with water. But I think the other thing I forgot to mention today is the beekeeping. I think that's a serious value add, considering like this year I've planted some new coffee. It will take me the better of 2 years. So if I have bees, I can harvest every 3 months, meaning I have some sort of cash flow, which will help me even to do foliars and top dressing rounds on my coffee. So I think that perhaps hand in hand with dairy farming, it helps a farmer to be fluid in terms of cash flow. Yeah.